My name is David Fleming from Disciples Ignited, a ministry that's focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom, and preparing his disciples. Now, I've really got to apologize to y'all. I haven't done any recording for the last 2 weeks. We've been in a major cross-country move, but we are now settling in and ready to start recording and teaching on the Disciples Ignited YouTube channel. Now, we're still studying about Jesus as revealed in the book of Revelation, and yesterday we talked about how Jesus called himself the Alpha and the Omega. Today, we're going to be looking at that very same chapter, Revelation chapter 22. Let me read to you verse 16. It's very interesting. Listen carefully. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to give you this testimony for the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David. Now, this is such an important title because Jesus is emphasizing the fact that he became a human being. It emphasizes his humanity. Now, this was a fulfillment of a prophecy as well as a promise. Let's talk about the prophecy. First of all, in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1, we find a prophecy that prophet Isaiah gave. It says, there shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his root shall bear fruit. So this speaks of how God was going to send the Messiah, but in a way that was going to be very prophetic and very interesting. But it's also a fulfillment of a promise that God gave to King David. Listen to 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 16, where God spoke through a prophet to David and said, and your house and your kingdom shall be made sure forever before me. Your throne shall be established forever. Wow, forever. What does that mean? It means forever. And so God told King David that his throne, his kingdom, was not going to have an ending, that it was going to be established and that it was going to continue on. But how was it going to continue on? It was going to continue on through Messiah Jesus. King Jesus is going to rule and reign on the throne of David. And so when we read Revelation chapter 22, verse 16, where Jesus said, I am the root and the offspring of David, this ties us back to the prophecy that Isaiah the prophet gave, but it also refers to the promise that God gave to King David that his kingdom was going to be established and that his throne was going to be ruled upon forever. How? Through King Jesus. And so we see that Jesus refers to himself and he emphasizes the fact that he became a human being and that he is going to fulfill that prophecy given to King David. But why is this so important? Well, for many reasons. First of all, it shows us that God does that which he promises. That which he promised King David, he is going to fulfill through King Jesus. But let's dig a little bit deeper. It tells us that Jesus became a human being. Thus, he, as perfect God, became a perfect man. And he became that which God intended Adam to be from the very beginning. Jesus became God's supreme example of mankind. That which God intended mankind to be from the very beginning is fulfilled in Jesus. You see, when God made Adam and Adam messed up royally, God didn't change his plan. God created man to rule and to reign. But man couldn't rule and reign, not in his simple condition. And so God became a man himself to come and fulfill that which he had originally given Adam the responsibility to do. And as a man, Jesus redeemed mankind. And now we will be able to live and rule and reign with him forever. But it all points to that which Jesus did when he became a human being and fulfilled the promise that God gave King David as the root and the offspring of David. You know, when you think of Jesus becoming a human being, don't just flippantly say, oh, yeah, God became man. Oh, no, there's so much in it. There's so much to be learned from it. God became a man to show us what perfect mankind is supposed to be. but also so that he could redeem mankind and fulfill in us that which only he can do through us. Praise God for Jesus. Praise God for Jesus. But there's more to learn, so join me tomorrow and we'll learn some more about Jesus in the book of Revelation, especially in chapter 22. So I'll see you tomorrow.